This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, Heather, ho there, it's Jeff Cutter Diamond welcoming you to another Sports Catastrophe Birthday Boy. And the birthday boy for today, July the 30th, is a former basketball star who's in the Hall of Fame as a member of his career in 2011 and a member of the 92 Dream Team. He played in the NBA from 1985 to 2001. He was a star for the Golden State Warriors. He would always be remembered as the great Golden State Warrior that he is. And he even coached his college alma mater, St. John's in New York, for some years. He's one of the best from New York City. He's 60 years old today. He's Chris Mullin, known for his flat top. Mullin was born in Brooklyn and actually would study tapes of Walt Frazier and Earl of Pearl Monroe while admiring Larry Bird and wearing number 17 in honor of John Havlicek. He did a fantastic job being a good young player. In high school, he played at Power Memorial Academy, having them win a New York Class A championship in 1981, and then recruited to play for St. John's University in Queens by the great Hall of Fame coach Lou Carnessa. Mullin in his freshman year would put up 16 points per game. In his subsequent 3 years, he was actually named Big East Player of the Year all 3 times. The Big East was huge. You had Georgetown, you had Villanova, you had, I think, UConn for a while. Yeah, and St. John's. It was huge and all of that. He got to the 1984 Olympic team after, the Americans had to have their amateurs, their college players, won the gold medal in Los Angeles, and was named the College Basketball Player of the Year in 1985. He put up 19 points per point game, and St. John's got to the Final Four in 1985. I believe that Villanova took him out, right? Yeah, I think it was Villanova. Yes, Villanova took out St. John's because I know Georgetown took out now Memphis in the Final Four. But yeah, St. John's had its first number 1 ranking since 1951 in that 1985 season. Yeah, it was always the battle of the Big East. St. John's, Georgetown, and Villanova battling tooth and nail with each other. Mullin would be the all-time scorer in St. John's history with 2,400 plus points. So anyway, the question on everyone's lips is, when will Mullin be drafted? Well, Mullin wasn't drafted till 7th overall. The next took Patrick Ewing from Georgetown. Indy took Wayman Tisdale from Oklahoma. LA Clippers took Benoit Benjamin from Creighton. Big move, big mistake. Seattle took Xavier McDaniel from Wichita State. Good move. Atlanta took John Konchak from SMU Center. Sacramento took center Joe Klein from my favorite alma mater, Arkansas. Sweet! Chris Mullin then fell to the Golden State Warriors, who picked 7th overall. So that's not a bad idea. So he was a shooting guard alongside Sleepy Floyd in the backcourt for the Warriors. The Warriors shocked everyone by winning a playoff round in 1987 and facing the Lakers, losing in the first round. Then Don Nelson succeeded George Karl as head coach and wanted Mullin to move to small forward. Mullin would actually have a weird third season. He actually admitted he was an alcoholic. He was suspended, then entered an alcohol rehab program where he cleaned himself up. And it worked pretty good because then Mullin, for the next 5 seasons, put up a 25-plus point average with 5 rebounds. And the Warriors got to first every year. Mullin would pair up with Mitch Richmond and Tim Hardaway to do the trio Run TMC. A play on words on Run DMC, but Run TMC. That would be the focal stars of the playoff run. Mullin took All-Star honors 5 times and won another gold medal as part of the Dream Team. Mullin's body had a lot of issues and all of that. Unfortunately, Mullin would become injury prone past 93. And then after the 97 season, the Warriors would trade their longest-serving player to Indiana for Eric Dampier and Dwayne Farrell. In his first season with the Pacers, Larry Bird was his head coach. Mullin played all 82 games and averaged 11 points per game. Got the Pacers to the conference finals, and in a rarity, forced Michael Jordan and the Bulls to a 7th game. So he actually led the NBA in free throw percentage that year as well. But Mullin was phased out for Jalen Rose and all that. Mullin would play a few spot appearances in the 2000 NBA Finals against the Lakers, but didn't do so well. He was waived by the Pacers. Golden State signed him to a one-year deal, and that was his last season, 2001. But he did well. His national team career was huge. He was part of the Dream Team. You know, the star of all the 11 pros and one college player to go to the Olympics in Spain, as the U.S. were allowed to bring the professionals. And man, did they dominate. Almost every game was a 40-point game. Anyway, Mullin did his job. And then in 2015, he was given the chance to be head coach for St. John's. In 2019, they got to the play-in tournament to get into the NCAA tournament, but lost. They put up 21 wins. Mullin would resign after being 59 and 73 with St. John's in 4 seasons. And in Big East play, he was 32 games below 500. Ouch. That really hurts. He cited personal loss, but it was the death of his brother. But the Warriors would hire him as a special assistant and was named Executive Vice President of Basketball Operations for them. Between 2004 and 2009, he was technically the GM of the Warriors. And then Mullin would be an advisor for Sacramento before he went to St. John's and all that. Mullin was named as a studio analyst for Warriors games on NBC Sports Bay Area and contributed to Warriors coverage on radio. So he got into the Hall of Fame as part of the Dream Team in 2010, and then the next year he got in both the College Basketball and Naismith Hall of Fame for his individual career. Golden State would retire to number 17 March 2012, making him the 6th player in team history to have number retired. I can't remember if this was that jersey retirement was when the fans were really booing Golden State management, and Chris Mullin told them to have faith, and it worked out. Chris Mullin is a Roman Catholic. He and his wife live in Flower Hill, New York State. 4 children. And all that. So, anyway. Golden State. He did well for Golden State. Primarily for Golden State. He played 986 career games, 18.2 points per game, 4.1 rebounds per game. So, yeah, he did what he could for Golden State, but his body broke down. He played 71 playoff games with 13.8 points per game, 3.3 rebounds per game. So head coach, he improved every year. He was 8-24 with St. John's, then the second season 14-19, then 16-17 and 17. Then he went 21-13, got them to sneak into the tournament. Unfortunately, Arizona State would be their bane, winning the game. If they had won, they would have faced Buffalo, the University of Buffalo, and I think Buffalo probably would have took down Arizona State. I mean, St. John's, but yeah, who knows. But anyway, yeah. So that's how it goes for Chris Mullin, you know, the man with the flat top. And he was Golden State royalty before Steph Curry or Klay Thompson or, dare I say it, Andre Iguodala. Maybe I should not have said that. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond, I do.